Sweet Nick's Rosy Cheeks. Alright. Edelweiss, Edelweiss. Don't know why it keeps doing this weird graphical glitchy thing. Okay, there's another thing over there. A troubled adventurer. And some consortium thing? Ah, it's the Edelweiss thing. What's this about? Some Alright. Here to attend the Remembrance service? Be quick. The Admiral's due to give her address at any moment.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
They had alliance with Garleans? What? The context of it made it sound like that.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
Interesting.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Carteneau. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive.
These are all pretty good speeches so far, though I'm still going with the flames.
Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
Oof. Don't want them near that.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. and behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes.
You know, actually, one thing I realized after seeing the lady there with her sword, interestingly, people haven't been disarmed before walking into the room with the leader of the country. Kind of interesting.
How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port.
They really like their naval stuff.
We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well. A crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
To be honest, it sounds like some, you know, like how should I explain it? Just, you know, they're like the guidance of the navigator, you know? Just them, they're tossing out nautical terms, but I'm not. Has everyone ever seen the movie Snowpiercer? My mind goes back to that a little here. During one scene, a character is talking about people having the right being, you know, like people are born into their correct station and should stay there. And she's using the gestures of, you know, like you pulling like a thing back, like, you know, I think on trains they have a lever they pull. She's using that gesture. My mind kind of goes with that. It's like almost like a cultic devotion, and she's using a train gesture thing. You know, the gesture of pulling the throttle on the go faster lever on the train, or whatever. You know, kind of cultic devotion to the guy with the compass and the map. A bit different, I know, that's their god, but that's just what makes me think of. Like some like post-apocalyptic cult that's holding on to the rotted, well, the actually rotted corpse of some old world thing. Like, so imagine they based out of a crashed airplane, and they keep talking about they're talking about pilots and co-pilots and turbulence and shite, you know? They same thing. Though, in this case, it's their god. Blah, blah, blah. As far as I know, the gods here are real, so it's a different case. But you get what I'm saying. That's what it kind of ends up sounding like.
Long live the Admiral!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Lominsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Ul'dah. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal titan for their god. As if the Beast Tribe's presence wasn't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Ul'minson's backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between various factions. While they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If Ul'minsons are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the Beast Tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable venturer like you will be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Something more to them than they're saying about travelers of history or travelers of things. But what they are, I wouldn't have a clue. Maybe I'll get the answer when I go back to the other person. Drum Kuren, this is Min Philia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final Remembrance service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, just remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Okay, and now to Chocobo. Because I can't be bothered walking all the way back. You fancy? I already read what he had to say before. It seems to be like 15 gil a minute. So that's not bad at all. Especially considering I'll earn a fair bit once I can be bothered my arse to sell these. Like, regrettably it doesn't say how much I'll earn exactly from it all, but half it. Say it's 50. Regrettably it's not a 10. Then it'll be easy to work out. It'll be 50 by 5. But in this case it's 25 by 9. And I could work it out the long way, or I could just grab my phone that's over yonder. Ow. I'm so goddamn fragile. I just popped a fucking bone in my... well, felt my finger pop because I picked up my phone. Like, quite possibly fibromyalgia. It hasn't been officially diagnosed yet. It's just like Mum has it and it's hereditary and they have a lot of the same conditions that she has. Okay, so if I sold this, it's 225. That will be 900. That's 3,500. But yeah, it's a... I can't remember what the sciencey term is, but fibromyalgia affects the nervous system. It's the kind of thing where if you have bullet wounds in you, you might necessarily be shot. It might just be it acting up. To clarify what I mean there, it's not that it puts holes in you, no. It's got such a list of ailments. Like, it's fucking huge. Because it's affecting the nervous system. That, you wouldn't be wrong in assuming, such a drastic thing there. Well, you would be wrong, but you get what I'm saying. You wouldn't, it's kind of almost like you wouldn't put it past it kind of thing. Welcome back, Drum Kuren. Were the Grand Company's leaders as words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. Trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Drum Kuren. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while? Take a moment to reflect on your decision. Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. We're back at the Sansi?
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
So goddamn smug, the both of them. Tased them, but, well, tased a lot of them.
The so-called Remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity?
Anyone else having a sense of deja vu?
No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
Ah, so they're the descendants of the guy who died to Bahamut. To that badass. Explains who they are then.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady! We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Still, yeah, even though now I know who they are, I'm still curious as who they are, because he seems to have no more than, I know, he was just like confident sounding youth was how he was introduced first time, and now it just, he seems to know more than you'd think he would, you know? With the power possess, yeah, just encourage join the Grand Company. Welcome back, adventurer. I take it, General Ruban's words kindled a fire within you? Yes. Excellent. I'd feared that the incident with the traitor may have soured your opinion of us. It gladdens me to see that wasn't the case. But before we can count you as one of our own, you must be formally inducted into our ranks. And I get Voyager's belt. Voyager is a different thing. Brass ear cuffs. Coral ring, and iron plate boat. The Iron Flames recruitment officer seems eager to welcome you to Ul'dah's Grand Company. Please proceed to the Hall of Flames and identify yourself to the personal officer. I will notify him of your coming. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over enemies, be they beastmen or Imperials. All the back and forth. Just, no conceived venture. Alright, I'll grab it. Just